Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your June reading. This will be a general reading for the month of June. Whatever needs to come out. Let's see what's going on with you, what you're dealing with this month. At the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Magician. So it could be some kind of an important message that's coming through for you here. So we shall see. Taurus, a lot of decision making here. Should I not? Should I open up? Should I invest? Very interesting dynamic. I'll get you some oracle cards too, and then we'll get into the reading. Seems to be some kind of a love situation here, but not necessarily. I do feel like you're trying to make some kind of decision here when it comes to how you deal with love, or possibly some kind of a past hurt. So let's see. You have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. How interesting. You are a Taurus. And work through your fears. Yeah, there's definitely some fears here. How very interesting. You have a Taurus moon and a Scorpio moon, a full moon and a new moon. How interesting. So something might have happened to you during the eclipses, because we had eclipses in these signs. The last one, I believe, was in Scorpio. It was a lunar eclipse. So it's very interesting that that's popping up for you here. So there's some kind of a dynamic here going on for you between your sign and, you know, maybe you have something else in Scorpio being triggered, especially if you are the Pluto and Scorpio generation. Okay, these two wanted to come out. Oh no, there's too many. Let's keep shuffling. Got third house messages. I did mention something about important messages coming through for you, and you've got the fifth house, creativity. So as I was mentioning, there's some important message coming through here, and it's interesting this card showed up again for you. So I do feel like there is probably a need to communicate something, or there's a need for you to speak up about something, to say it how it is to someone, or, you know, something like that. It could be some kind of communication that's coming your way that maybe you're not expecting, something quite unexpected. Okay. I do feel like with this work through your fears card, there is some sort of a fear here of letting your guard down is what I'm getting, okay? The Scorpio sign is very, very guarded. It's frozen waters, okay? It's a fixed water sign. So there's a sense here of being very cautious about being open and vulnerable. There's a sense of being too cautious almost. So I do feel like your fears are coming from a place of, I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to be stuck in something. I don't, there's all these fears that you've got going on here. And I do feel like with this creativity and the fifth house, I do feel like for some of you Tauruses, you need to kind of let loose a little, okay? Because from what I'm seeing from the rest of your cards, you're being very, very serious here. Like very, very serious about something. You're taking things way too seriously. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, okay? Being serious about your life is good and proper up to a point, but I feel like you need to loosen up a little bit. Okay, to open up a little bit, because I see you being very, very closed off, possibly to an offer of love. The fifth house also has to do with romance, okay? Has to do with enjoying yourself, okay? It's ruled by the sun, is where your joy is. So there's a need for you to kind of let your guard down a little bit, to loosen up a little bit, because there's like some kind of a tight grip on you here, possibly stemming from old pains, old disappointments. Some of you, you're refusing to look at the past because it's too painful. That Two of Swords, Five of Cups. So there's definitely a need here for you to either speak up, to send someone a message, or maybe somebody's sending you a message to loosen up a little bit. I see you contemplating a lot. Okay, you're in some kind of contemplation mode of trying to make a decision, but you're trying to make a decision. It's almost like you're trying to be too uptight about it. I hate to repeat this, but there's like a repeating theme here going on in your card. So, I feel like you're trying to make something happen here. You're trying to make a decision. You're trying to carry on with something, but it's like there's a lot of baggage coming from the past at the same time. So you kind of need to be a bit careful how much you're too constricted. You're way, way too constricted. I mean, Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords, I feel like you're trapped in some kind of a dark night of the soul. A lot of self-isolation is what's coming through here. For some of you with this full moon in Taurus card, I do get the impression that some of you are actually trying to realize your potential and to understand your worth. I feel like something might have happened during these eclipses to you where you realized that where you were putting your energy into, it just wasn't valuable. There was no value to be gained from that. So you're beginning to shift a little bit. It's like choosing something else that has more value is how I'm picking this up on this card. There's some kind of realization here that you're having about maybe your own self-worth, or maybe the things you used to value in the past are not the same. Something was illuminated here. I know there's a message here, your dreams need a practical plan, but it's just something else came through to me when I was looking at this. I do feel like you're trying to be practical about your life in some way, but it's almost like your practicality comes from, I don't know, being a little bit too stuck in your own head about what is the right thing to do. Because I feel like you're very preoccupied with doing the right thing, or, making a decision that is just right or just perfect. Or, again, it's the same thing I'm just picking up. I feel like you're just too hard on yourself with the way you're expressing lately. And that's why I saw this fifth house card came up. I do feel like you need to loosen up a little bit. because you have this Knight of Cups here in your strength. I mean, this is by far to me the most positive thing that's coming through here, because this is your energy. I do feel like you have a lot of potential here to create something that comes from the heart, not, I don't know, maybe some idealistic plan or something that was embedded in you from the past or something like that. There's an opening here. There's, at some point in the month of June, I feel like there's some opening for you where you find yourself being a bit more open to new possibilities. Either that or you're offering love to someone here, okay? Or, you know, there could be a specific person that is showing up in your life that is teaching you to be a bit more open. Take that as it resonates. But I do feel like this is you trying to be a little bit more open to the possibility. Because you have the Two of Wands here, which also talks about possibility. So with this Two of Swords here, it's like you're trying to have some sort of realization here. You're trying to come up with a solution. Could be that for some of you, you're refusing to make a decision or you're refusing to make a choice because you're afraid that it's going to lead to disappointment. It's going to lead to more pain. Okay, because this Five of Cups is your challenge for the month. So clearly there's something here that you're pining over. Okay, there's something here that has you stuck. Okay, because this is with the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of twos here on the table for you and sevens. Okay, so you keep balancing out your options, but I feel like you're not being very open to any of the options that are being presented to you. So this Five of Cups, there's something here, you know, probably from the past, or probably there's like a certain belief of yours that keeps you trapped in, you know, disappointment or loss, or you feel like there's that saying, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. You know, you're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, or it's like whatever you choose is never the right thing, or, you know, but that's just your beliefs. I have to clarify a bit further. Some of you are you're trying to look for some kind of divine inspiration here with the Star card and the Two of Swords. It's like you're trying to get some kind of clue, or, you know, some kind of guidance as to what your direction should be. I do feel like something here did not work out the way you wanted it with the Chariot and the Five of Cups. Okay, there was a missed opportunity, or some of you had specific plans that you wanted to do, or you wanted to go in a specific direction, and that just didn't happen. And you're kind of clinging to that disappointment or something like that. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. High Priestess. Could be that you fought for something here while your intuition was telling you it's just maybe not the right thing to do. I do feel like you're trying to override your intuition. Because the Seven of Wands talks about somebody fighting for something, or maybe you're trying to block out some sort of an intuition or some sort of divine guidance here that you are seeking. You're trying to block it out somehow. But there's definitely a need for you to be receptive, Taurus. These are all very feminine cards. I mean, the Chariot is a bit more masculine, but it's a Cancer card. So, you know, to me, all of these cards talk about receptivity here. In the past, I do feel like you gave it all in a situation. You gave it your time, you gave it your attention. You're trying to invest in something here. It could be a love situation, but not necessarily. But whatever this was for you that you're probably invested in or you were pondering about heavily, just doesn't seem to be working out for you. Trying to see if there is like new love showing up here for you, because the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups, I'm trying to figure out if there is a relationship here showing up, a new relationship, or okay, the Page of Cups flew out, so there's definitely someone new coming up for you here. Possibly a water sign, but not exclusive to that. So you do have some love showing up here, or some kind of a new possibility for you to become a bit more aligned with yourself, if this is not a love situation. But I do feel like I still see you being very closed off, very stuck, okay? The Eight of Swords is the way you approach your situation is just from a place of I can't do anything about this. It's just the way it is. So I just have to bear through it. You know, and there's also a sense of you being kind of isolated with the Hermit being here. It's like you feel quite alone, quite isolated. But at the same time with the Hermit, I feel like you're also gaining a lot of wisdom here, especially the High Priestess showing up and the Star. It's a lot of powerful major arcana, so I feel like you're beginning to get some insights. But there's a point here that you have to kind of let them in, okay, whatever insights you're having. There's a great deal of wisdom to be drawn from your situation, stuck as you may feel. You know, it could be some kind of a lesson related to a relationship and how you entrapped yourself into something that wasn't working and you kept going at it, but it just, you know, that Chariot being there, I feel like there was a lack of victory, that things weren't moving forward. It's almost like with the Chariot and the Five of Cups, it's like I'm getting this picture of somebody being stuck in the mud, okay? Just to put it mildly, especially with the Eight of Swords being here. So, you know, the metaphorical mud, whatever that is for you, I feel like you've been stuck in there for some time, and I don't know, it's like you're looking for a sign, whatever that is, you're gaining some valuable information from it. Because I do feel like you are hoping to move into a new direction here, but there is a period here where you're kind of going at it alone, trying to figure out some stuff. You know, just you, yourself, and your heart or your soul. Because you don't, you know, it's almost like you're seeing your whole situation as hopeless. Okay, there's a sense of feeling hopeless here. And that's why this work through your fears card is so important, because there's some kind of a fear here, fear of failure or fear of being abandoned or fear of being stuck in something that's not for you. And that's why you need to listen to your intuition to understand which is good for you. What fights do you need to pick? You know, kind of pick your battles kind of thing with that Seven of Wands. Because I feel like you're fighting for something that's not right for you and you're not listening to your intuition about it. And the wisdom that you're getting is possibly to understand what's good for you and what isn't. Okay, if this is pertaining to a love situation, for example. So you do have new love showing up here. I don't feel like this is a past person. It could be a brand new one. But it's like you're not very open to it, Taurus. Yeah, there's a call here. Okay, there's a call to action here with that judgment. I tried to clarify that Two of Wands. It's like you're trying to move into a direction that is, you know, there's a pull, there's a call. Okay, there's an awakening here. Some of you, you might literally be going through some kind of a spiritual awakening due to some unfortunate situation. Okay, you might be going through some kind of a loss, some kind of grief, and it's like there's something being triggered here in you. But with this judgment being here, you know, just to take it at a more mundane level, I feel like you're being called in a specific direction, Taurus. This is something that's quite outside your comfort zone and at the same time is liberating, okay? Because in the judgment card, the souls of the dead are being reborn, resurrected. So right now you're feeling stuck and you're feeling quite hopeless and, you know, all of that negative stuff. But it's like there's a desire in you to move into a new direction. You're being called to something, and I feel like you need to listen to the signs that are coming towards you. Because you do have wisdom and guidance showing up for you here, but maybe you're not paying attention. So let's see, what is this justice here? I feel like you're finally making a decision, Taurus, because you've got twos here, a lot of twos. And I'm seeing you actually waking up to a sudden realization, this is the right thing for me, and you're just going to go for it. Because the justice is like making the right decision, paying attention to consequences. Because I feel like in the past you might have chose something that wasn't right for you and you just paid the consequences for that, okay? There was no victory there for you. You just kind of maybe wasted your time with something, okay? That Seven of... where'd that went? That Seven of Pentacles there, I feel like something might have been a waste of time for you, and now you're trying to realize what is the right thing for you to do. Give me a second, Taurus. I lost my card. Okay, the Queen of Swords was under the table there. It was sort of in reverse, but I'm not doing reversals right now. So I feel like, again, this is you making a decision here. Okay. Justice and the Queen of Swords, this is absolute clarity of mind of what the right path is to do. Because, you know, as you start the reading, I feel like your thoughts are a little bit kind of jumbled. You know, you're not getting a clear path or a clear decision from it. I feel like you're trying to make that decision, but I feel like towards the end of the month, you're actually going to get to a very clear conclusion here about something. You're going to know exactly which direction to go because it's the right direction for you to take. Okay. And it could be that it's something, you know, quite practical. Could be that you have some kind of a wish, some kind of a dream of yours that you need actualized here. But, you know, up until now, you were stuck as to what to do about it, which direction to take. Maybe you've tried something in the past and it didn't work out. It didn't pay off. Okay, and again, there's a message here that's being emphasized. You know, Judgment, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups. You know, there's a lot of messengers showing up for you here. It may not be literal messages. It could be that you're getting messages from the divine, the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in. Some of you could be literal messages. You're getting I don't know, some kind of communication that puts it all into perspective for you. You know, whatever direction you might be choosing, it could be something that you're having fun with. You know, something that you're enjoying to do instead of just kind of drudging away at it with no joy. Because the Knight of Cups being there, I feel like this is someone that is pursuing what they love or who they love, for example. So that was your reading, Taurus. I do feel like you're going to gain a lot of clarity this month. It could even be a person that's showing up in your life. Okay, if it's you've got new love showing up in the month of June, let me know in the comments if that happens. Could be that this particular situation is, you know, creating some sort of a impulse in you to move into a specific direction, to end your isolation and your misery. Okay, so that's that, Taurus. I wish you a good month. Until next time, take care. Bye.